Okay. Is it all working now? Everything working? Everything on? Am I broadcasting to Twitch and view on Twitch? Mute. I want it muted. And there we are. How do I link the chat from Twitch? I don't know. I think I can just do this. Copy. Let's do another one. I thought I had it muted. Mute. There we go. Twitter. StreamYards. You and YouTube. Twitch or YouTube. In the Twitch. Let's go here, kill the sound. Let's see. What am I doing? Share. Copy. Get rid of YouTube. Testing dual stream with StreamYards. Copy. Let's go over to Facebook. Do it there. Command V. Post. Post, I said. Share. Share the group. Group name. Friendly. 3D printing. Post. Share. Share the group. 3D printing. Post. All right. What's going on now that I got everything? What's up, Jimmy? What's up, Michael Castle? What's up, David? I keep calling you Castle. It's Cassell, correct? Castle's just easier to say. It's still morning here in the real world. I live in the only world. If you don't know, the world is actually flat, and the multiple time zones is just the government controlling the sunlight. They have a big blinder over the sky so they can control your sunlight. Flatlanders, you know. So I'm playing with the iPad, watching it print Darko Bunny, and playing with Twitch and YouTube. I'm assuming you guys are all on YouTube from the looks of the little icon. Anybody use Twitch? I want to know how it's working on Twitch. What's up, Mr. Buttram? What I don't get is Apple makes a big deal about their cameras. Now, this is a fairly new iPad. It's not brand new. I got it 2 years ago, Christmas. Not this past Christmas, the year before, which was the current model. They just, like a month ago, came out with a new model. But it's basically the same thing. It's just got a newer processor. It is the base model. It is the bottom of the line base model. It was $300 or something like that, which is cheap for an Apple anything. But the cameras on them are terrible. My phone, which is like a 4-year-old model, has a better camera. I should almost be using the phone on that, but I don't have that. I have this fancy stand that I decided I could use for holding the thing and doing this, where I can watch the camera. Auto incorrect. Correct. What did I do? Goof morning, folks. Yeah. Mr. Buttram misspelled something. The Twitch UI sucks. I agree. I'm not a big fan of Twitch, but a lot more people are using it because they're finding it actually streams better. Who did nothing? What did I miss? Oh, yeah. You misspelling is unusual. You being incorrect about anything. I mean, you're the most perfect person in the world, Mr. Buttram. Just screwing with you. Anyway, so a lot of people have been saying, "What is up, Don?" That Twitch is actually better for streaming. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Twitch myself. It seems more busy, if that makes sense. It's too many things all around, unnecessary crap everywhere. It's hard to focus on the subject matter because there's too much junk surrounding it. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. Yeah, our local grocery store. I went grocery stopping. Wow, Tom, learn how to speak again. I'm getting old, and that's my excuse, and that's that. My local shopping center, which is a little rinky-dink here in town. Come to find out, the little ones, like if I go across either New London or Saybrook to the bigger town/cities, they're considered cities around here. Most of you guys that live in an actual city would just consider them small town, whatever. But I live in it's a beach town. So right now it's dead. It usually just now starts picking up. Anyways, we actually have, too early for a rum and coke. I'm not a morning drinker. I will start drinking during the day, but noon has to hit before I start drinking. I just have to do it. I can't drink at 9:30 in the morning. Too early for me. I used to crack open a beer before I went to class when I was in college. 7 o'clock class, and I'd be like sucking down a beer. What is up, John? If anybody wants to jump in, they can jump in. I think that's the right one. Nope. Select all, delete, invite, copy the clipboard. Yeah, if you're on Twitch, you can't see the YouTube chat unless you're in the StreamYard stream. That does broadcast on both, though. That's good. Irish coffee. Yeah, no, I was never a big Irish coffee guy either. I never really liked it. It just tasted like crap to me. I like coffee. That's the other thing. Everyone makes fun of me because I'll drink Folgers coffee. I like coffee. I have friends that own high-end coffee roasting houses and make their own. And what's up, Jimmy?
Hey.
I have friends that own. You have clouds. We see clouds. You got to turn the audio off for the actual YouTube or Twitch stream you're watching.
Clouds. I'm trying.
So you're only listening to the StreamYard one. Is that from your phone?
Yes. Is that a little better?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I believe.
Yes, Mr. B. Jimmy is kind of live.
Kind of live? And we always thought you were just a figment of all of our imaginations and you were just a virtual scam.
Never seen a figment that weighs 250 pounds.
Oh yeah, no, I love my coffees and I'll drink Folgers, and I got friends that do coffee roasting. I love coffee roasted home brews. I got friends of mine out on Long Island that literally does it in his pan. He actually roasts them. You used to be able to buy these green beans and you roast it in your pan, and me and him both used to do it. Love that too. But I can drink Folgers with no problem. Everyone's like, "Oh, Folgers is the bane of, good coffee." It's like, no, it's good coffee too. There's a few coffees. My mother buys this garbage that I don't know what it is. It's some kind of store brand from. It actually used to be carried at like the BJ's or Costco's. It was like a store brand cheap crap. And actually now ShopRite carries it, whatever brand it is, like John and Schmo or something. I don't know. But I can't drink that. That's like drinking water. And then you look at it and you open it up and it's like brown. It's not black like coffee. You know what I mean? It's like a light tan when you go to take it out. That's garbage. It just tastes like watered down coffee. I could drink it by adding like 4 times more coffee than I need to when I brew it. But that's pretty good. Yeah, my original it's not on the camera. For some reason last night, this failed, and I was very upset. And I think I know what happened. I think there was a globular. I don't know if you can see the little red dot on the bottom, and you can see where it just like stopped moving. I think a little globular that was on the nozzle dropped down and caught, and then it just knocked it off the print bed. So I'm printing it again. Darko Bunny. Nope, I just broke off the old Darko Bunny's freaking carrot greens. Wherever they went.
Mom, how's your mom doing today?
She's mom.
Okay.
My mother's she's unique, to put it mildly.
She's making the masks right now?
Yeah, she's sewing away down there. She's been at it for like 2 weeks now and a week and a half, and I think she's done a dozen. She overthinks. She's one of those that overthinks everything. She's worse than me. I do that, and she's way worse than me. Like, I'm getting ready to start doing the shields, too. We don't really need them in this area. Matter of fact, our governor went on last evening, and said we're actually pretty good now. Maybe just got a big old stock that he ordered direct. He didn't even go through the feds. He just ordered it direct from the supply companies, and they came in. And they're all in Hartford, and they're distributing them. And we're right on the fringe of the New York BS, and it's rapidly increasing in the area. But I haven't started printing because we haven't started needing them yet in the direct area.
The hospitals down here are only at 56% capacity. Usually that time of year, they're at 96%.
Yeah. Well, they get all the dumbasses down there that, come from up here down there and drink all day long, and that's what they're normally full of. There's no more dumbasses down there partying, so blowing up their hands with fireworks. Everywhere's still in lockdown now. I don't think there's a state that doesn't have at least a general basic, stay-at-home order now, do they? Is there any state that doesn't have a stay-at-home order at this point? I mean, we're not locked down. We're borderline close. The governor keeps saying, I don't want to make it a lockdown. I don't want it. For one, he doesn't want to put that much demand on the police and everything that are trying to help. Most of our police right now are helping the ambulances and stuff by going and doing calls. If the ambulance is out, because that's our biggest thing is the ambulances now are like out constantly. They leave the hospital and they come back and they just pick up another person. So the police are trying to help the ambulances by going ahead and because they all have basic medical training, they can help prep a person or, analyze the situation and see who's a higher priority, blah, blah, blah. So he doesn't want to make a lockdown because that just puts more demand on all the emergencies. So we'll see.
Have you seen on the web, gasoline was selling for 79 cents a gallon in Wisconsin?
Yeah. It's wicked cheap around here right now. I just filled up both of my cars in the van. I think I paid $1.45. And we haven't been under $3 around here because, again, this is a beach area. So our gas prices we're always 10, 15 cents higher than I can go 10 miles north into, inland, and it's $10 or $15 or 10 or 15 cents a gallon cheaper. And it's wicked cheap right now.
Yeah,
it just goes to show that the price of gas is generally more of a, we're going to charge as most we can and get away with it.
always supply and demand.
Yeah. I've got to say that Hemera prints awesome. I mean, this whole printer, obviously, you guys know I built this thing from scratch basically now. There's not much left on it that's original. But, look at it. That thing's printing like near perfect. It's not quite. But, there's no stringing. There's nothing.
And it's orange.
Darko Bunny. No stringing, nothing. And I haven't done any tuning to it. That's the other thing. I literally made a quick... no, this one's not going to release, huh?
Very cool.
The other one fell off, and now this one's probably not going to... Oh, there it goes. Darko Bunny by Wexter. I don't normally do these stupid little toys, but every once in a while they're just fun. That, and when my nieces and nephews come, I hate them because they just clutter my shelves, and I hate clutter. I'm like so anti-clutter that my room's too cluttered now. But every once in a while I do these because they're just fun, and my nieces and nephews will come and take them away eventually. Darko Bunny.
I was watching Warcocki's last night's stream, and they were talking about a bunch of new printers that Creality came out with, and they had it was an Ender CR30. It was a belt printer.
Yeah, I've been seeing posts about that. I wouldn't buy it. For one, the same reason I wouldn't, do like Carl's, because I have no use for it. I just don't. I don't want. Why? I could see why like Midnight Giant there uses it, and while Collar made it, people want to print big crap. I have no desire to print big crap. Big crap to me is just crap that I got to store and takes up more room in my house. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. Some of them swords and everything, they're freaking awesome. And if I had unlimited storage space and a place to display it and all that, I'd be all into it. But for one,
it might be interesting. Sometimes I print 200 or 300 of the same thing.
Yeah, well, like right now, it would be kind of cool if like Pooch had one where he could just like print the face shield bands and they just roll off, and the next one starts printing. That's cool for like a production line. If you're gonna print 500 maker coins to go to a Murph or an Earth or something, that'd be cool. But I just don't. And one thing I've learned is Creality is okay at, but not great at first gen of a printer. Like when they do the second version, that's when I'd consider buying it. You know what I mean? After the community has gone through it and said, this is wrong, this needs to be fixed, that needs to change. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing I got to say. Creality does sort of listen to the community and fix stuff. They've definitely improved the Ender 3 since the first version multiple times. Just outright going to a 24 volt, and I don't know. I don't like first generation printers. I don't like first generation anything.
You got to try it with fighter jets.
Yeah.
Somehow folks expect them to come out perfect the first time.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a different situation than a $200 printer. And most fighter jets, think about it. What's the F-16 been through, like 12 or 13 alterations over the years? And you think about it, they're all 20, 30-year-old technology, if not older.
They're still making them.
Oh, I know. And they're still one of the best. I mean, I guess the Eurofighter could actually probably outfly it some. Oh, look, you're getting like God rays out of your sunspot there.
Yeah, that's a view of the outside. I have no idea why that camera is hooked in here. I don't get it either. I'm on my phone that's turned off, yet you can hear me.
Well, that's the problem I have with this is I got to go through all kinds of crap to turn off the sound. You actually have to go into I actually just did a StreamYard's post on Facebook for a guy that had the same problem. When you use the iPad or a phone as a second camera, the audio never shuts off. You can't shut it off. And you have to go into silent mode, which it's stupid. But if you go into silent mode, if you turn it all the way down and you go into silent mode, it doesn't go into silent mode. You actually have to turn the volume up and then go into silent mode. Does that make any freaking sense?
Kind of. Well, Mr. B, if it's a webcam mic, they're at least 6 or 8 feet from me.
Well, you can go in the little thing and say what's your mic is.
You probably could. I'm not that great at...
Dude, it can't get much easier than this. Down at the bottom of the screen, there's a little mic cam thing. You got the little bar here at the bottom.
Well, I don't think I'm going to go there. It's working, and I'm just going to leave it alone.
You tell it what source you want.
It's working, and I'm just going to be happy with that.
Yes. 3D printing painting, that arcade cabinet, I saw that. That's primo. I quickly viewed it. I'm going to go back and actually, you got to do a more detailed view of it, I think. I only half watched the video, but that thing looks awesome.
Yeah, Mr. B, I've been using Space Mouse for 25 years.
Space Mouse?
Space Ball, actually. Space Ball 5000.
Isn't that
sweet? He loves it.
Space Mouse. Wasn't that a cartoon? Space Mouse? Back in the 70s?
Brings back a faint memory.
Or maybe it was just Mickey Mouse in space. I don't know. So, yeah, I just printed this hair bunny thing in some kind of black. I don't know. It was cheap crap, and it's actually pretty cool. I saw it on Amazon. What brand is this? TTTYT3D, whatever the hell that is. Silk PLA. And it's like a steel blue. It's got a blue tint to it. It's hard to, doesn't really show, but it's a steel blue silk black color. It's really kind of a cool color. And it's all shiny. Darko bunny. I wish I could afford to be like Wexter's Patreon or something, because he makes some cool models. I'm not big on making them kind of dust collectors. Danger Mouse. Maybe that was it. Space Ghost and Danger Mouse. Yeah. Space Ghost. God, I barely remember that. I used to watch Haji all the time. What the hell was the name of that cartoon with Haji? The little kid that was like rich and flew around the country. And
Oh, Richie Rich.
no, not Richie Rich. Had Haji in it and all the fancy toys and um,
Oh, Johnny Quest. Yeah.
yes, Johnny Quest. I used to watch that a lot.
You got that one. So did Mike.
That and El Kabong. I loved El Kabong. El Kabong strikes again. Bong, smashing people over the head with his guitar. That was awesome. That was just simply awesome. And why did it not ding when you jumped in? That's the other thing. I got the little sound on. It's supposed to ding when you jump in, and it didn't.
Yeah, probably my fault.
No, it's nothing you can do. They have a little thing because it happens to me all the time. People will jump in as a guest, and I don't even realize they're there, and my vision's so focused and crappy that I don't really see it. It's just like watching chat. I have to actually go over and look at chat and pay attention to it. Otherwise, I won't see them. And it's got a little sound that they put in for that reason. That when someone joins in, it's supposed to go bing, and it didn't bing.
Maybe I'm not Bing worthy.
Maybe you're not Bing worthy? I don't know, man. Maybe not. I don't know. So what else can I print with this fancy black silk stuff? Should I just put it away? Got to say, this thing prints really well considering. I mean, that is pretty darn nice. It's not perfect, but it's darn close. It's hard to tell because there's so much like texture. He's actually got like a texture in the print. It's supposed to look like fuzzy pajamas, I guess. No sports.
Hey, Llama, is that train tracks by you? Is that the New York to Boston commuter train tracks, or is that a freight track?
It's all the above.
Ah.
Does everything. It's Amtrak Beast. They actually got a new name for it. Amtrak something or other. It's Amtrak. Pretty much runs all the way down to you. I can hop a train here and go all the way down to Florida, Miami.
The closest I can get, oh yeah, Miami, but closest I can get to here by train is Orlando, Tampa, or West Palm Beach.
I think Amtrak does the whole East Coast. I think. I'm not positive anymore because I know they were getting ready to subdivide.
Now it runs to Miami.
Yeah, it is Amtrak all the way down there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the trains run all the way down there, but I thought they were talking about subdividing the East Coast up. So it was like, like they did the frickin' Ma Bell back in the day.
No, we even got a high-speed train down here now. Right now, it's
Yeah,
Miami to West Palm, supposed to go to Orlando eventually.
Yeah, we went all electric a few years ago. They've been trying to straighten the track out so they can do the high speed because the trains, we're actually using the high speed engines, the electric high speeds. You can't because the tracks they're right on the shoreline and they follow the shore. So they're like this the whole way. And they've been trying to straighten them out, but every freaking town goes, hey, I don't want that going through my town. Because here in Old Lyme, it was actually going to go under the river. They were going to tunnel. And Old Lyme was whining and crying that it was going to, I don't know, it was going to be noisy. And it's like, how is it going to be noisy? It's a quieter train. They were going to go through the center of town instead of down the shoreline because then they can come straight from New London and do a straight beeline to Saybrook Point. and not have to go up and down and up and down and up and down. And because we have like 3 of the sharpest corners, we've had trains derail here constantly because it's wicked sharp corners, right? Literally on either side of me, within a couple 5 miles, are the 2 sharpest corners along this area. And they wanted to bypass the Saybrook station altogether and go straight through Old Lyme, straight from New London. It would literally be an almost perfect straight line from the New London station all the way down to, like, I think all the way to New Haven. It would be basically one big, long, slow arc. And like 3 of the uppity towns, Old Lyme being one. Old Lyme's a snooty. There's a bunch of really rich people in the area that are all uptight and think they know better than everybody else, and they're perfect. And they didn't want nothing to do with it. But then they're the first ones to bitch because no one's using the trains. There's too many people on my roads. Go screw yourself. I agree with you. There's too many people on the roads. You rich morons that don't know how to drive, get off the damn road. Hire a driver that actually knows how to drive. Yeah, I noticed he's got his hypercube print. It didn't look very nice though. Need some tuning, but it is printing. I did see that. So anyway, what's everyone else doing today? I just popped this on. I wasn't going to stay very long. I wanted to see how it worked on Twitch. And I don't think anybody's been even on to Twitch except for Mr. Buttram just to go. It sucks on Twitch.
I'm working on.
Anyone on Twitch? Yeah, Buttram. Our butt ram. Blows donkeys 4 quarters. That's his response to the Twitch stream.
He wants me to print face mask molds for vacuum forming. So I got the model done this morning. I'm ready to print it.
The Twitch link is, I don't know, I posted it everywhere. Just type in 3D print llama and it should pop up. That's the other thing. It's like you can go on YouTube and I can, say like share, and you click on it and it gives you a link to share that video. Where I couldn't find one on Twitch. I'm sure there's one there, but all it gave me was a, twitch.com 3D print llama. So I don't know. I don't know Twitch enough. I kind of think Twitch is, I don't know. I think it's one of those I just got to get used to it, I think. I find it too busy. Too much crap. It's a kids thing for sure. You can tell it's definitely made for the video gamers that kind of like information overload. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why am I getting messages? Oh, my brother's watching. I forgot I posted it live. I didn't just do it in the 3D streams. No, they weren't going to relocate anything. They were going to go on the other side. The only thing that was going to get relocated was the Bean Thistle Inn. They were going on the other side of the highway, boss. The old one, because they were literally going to dive into the ground at the Bean Thistle Inn. Which is, I mean, if you don't live around here, you don't know what that is. But the Bean Thistle Inn is a kind of historic building. It's been around forever. It's like 150 or 200 years old or something. And it's a fancy inn. But it's also closed again, from what I understand, too. It keeps closing because nobody goes there anymore. The old Lyme Inn would be disturbed. It wouldn't, because they're like right across the street from each other. Lyman and being Thistleman are fairly close. What's wrong with Twitch? There's nothing really wrong with it. It just, I don't know. The interface seems busy. It's too much stuff. And a lot of it, I think, is, again, me getting used to it. I'm not used to it. YouTube has a lot of stuff too. We're just used to looking at it and know where to look and what to look for. It just seems a little more busy, though. It does seem. I got a back itch. Yeah, the UI does kind of suck. I don't. And a lot of people, I hear these kids going, "Oh, it's awesome," and I'm like, "It is." I don't have a problem with the chat disappearing. I refreshed it a bunch of times last night. I was watching Wexter last night on it. And, I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. It's just not my thing. But if I can dual stream, so much the better. The other thing is you can monetize, not that you get a lot, but you can monetize on Twitch way faster, way easier. And people can give you money. All you need is like 100 followers, I think, on Twitch. And you can start, doing the. Not that that matters to me, but it does suck when I go to do like the fundraisers when I was doing the filament to, have people donate money for this stuff. Which, by the way, thanks everyone that donated money. It covered it. I think I ended up with like $5 extra after paying for all the filament shipment. So that was awesome. But having everyone have to go to either buy me a coffee, which sucks because buy me a coffee, I still haven't gotten the money from them. I don't even know how to. It's hooked up, everything's there, but there's no button to say, please pay me. Everyone said it's automatic, and yet it's been like a week, and there's like $24 there just sitting there, which I got to go in and go figure out what the hell is going on.
Did you get some of those thunderstorms yesterday?
Yes, we did. And it frickin' poured. I had to go out like an hour. It was funny. It was pouring rain. I mean, with winds ridiculous. I thought it was going to blow the frickin' house down. And 10, 15 minutes later, the sun was out. It was like this. I had to go out and patch my driveway because there was big old rain ruts. I got a big long dirt driveway. It's like, I don't know, quarter mile long, half mile long, something like that.
That's the weather in Connecticut.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same with Florida. Florida used to be funnier. I lived in Miami for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And plus I've been out of the Keys a bunch of times. You are now live on YouTube. No, really? I didn't notice.
I remember Miami before I-95 was there.
Not quite that old for me, although I didn't go down there that much when I was younger. I was down there during just before Homestead got hit and just after Homestead got hit. I literally came back to Connecticut like a month before the hurricane hit Homestead and wiped out that area. I wasn't big on Miami.
It used to be a nice place.
No, TK, it's supposed to. Everyone said it basically nickels and dimes, from what I understand. It's supposed to pay every time. I have a feeling because I didn't hook it to my PayPal account. I started that other one that they recommend, and I have a feeling that's what the holdup is. It's not buy me a coffee. It's the pay wallet or whatever the hell. I just redid my PayPal account to it and said use that. So just this, like yesterday, I did it. So hopefully that'll fix that. But I got to get the money. I don't know. It was $25, $24. I think to buy me a coffee would be, but it needs more. I don't know. Yeah, Twitch is a little, I don't know. we'll see. I'm going to start using it or dual streaming as long as I can afford to keep paying for this, which I don't know if I'm going to because I'm out of money again. And I think it's due this week. I think they're going to try and hit me up for $25 this week or next week. Great. As long as I got the paid version here of StreamYards, dual stream, I will dual stream and see what happens and see if the Twitch builds up. And I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to broadcast to there, so why not? I'm going to probably start doing, because actually Exoslides got a hold of me last week and said, sorry, dude, we haven't shipped it out. Been busy because their business is actually picking up, probably because people being stuck at home wanting to build printers. And other issues, plus they're working on printing face shields and stuff and doing all kinds of crap. Buying their own CNC machine to work with their thing. And they're like, we just haven't had time to ship it out. And they're like, we're hoping we can do it just before or just after Easter. So I'm hoping next week I'll have some Exoslides coming in. And then I can start working on the hodgepodge printer, which I might start doing right now. Because actually, I cut this down yesterday because this used to be huge. And I cut it down to size. So, not really sure how I'm going to build this thing yet. But we'll figure out something. This is what I have. They're all 500 or longer, except for this one piece, which is a little short. But they're all oddball lengths, which I can cut. Cutting it's not an issue. These are the two original uprights from that. I do have one more piece with a extruder on it. So if I go like that and like that and like that and like that, good catch. And that back there or up here, I might be a piece short, which I can counter by using, I don't know, something else. Maybe I'll 3D print one extrusion for one piece. I don't know. I was thinking about doing it. I wonder if I can do a. I put that like that. Actually, put that this way. That would stiffen it this way. And I could do a cantilevered one, like the Prusa Mini or the Ender 2. I wonder if I can make it strong enough and do all that with what I have. I don't know. Only one way to find out. I just got to figure out what lengths I'm going to make everything. I'm going to try and make it. My bed that I have for this, just laying around, is only a 200. It's the old original for that. It's actually not the original. I have the original back on it. It's when I bought to replace the original, and I actually like the original better. They're very similar. But the original is a little bit lighter. Yeah, well, it is going to go small. So the bed's only 200, but all of this stuff is set up so you could easily do a 300-ish, if not bigger, printer. Because everything here, this is 500. These are both cut at 500. These two silver ones, 2040s. And everything here but the one is longer. So everything here is 500 or 550 except for this one, which is like, this is the original. What the hell did this come off of? I don't even know what this came off of. How long is that? I think it's just 300 or 400. It is 42 centimeters, so 420. That's the smallest one I have. So I could be bigger. So I probably won't cantilever because I agree with you there, Mr. Buttram. I'm not big. I never really liked the cantilever. It's just one more design I haven't tried.
I got 4 of them. I'm having good luck with them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just like the swinging beds. I prefer this, a box frame with the bed drop, than a swinging bed like this one. I just prefer them. They're more stable. They're easier to control. They're easier to keep stable. They're easier to analyze when you do start having a problem because, they're more stable.
Yes, Mr. B. I got 3 king runes and an under 2.
So there's that. I have to figure out what I'm going to do, but I was really kind of waiting for the exo slides because I'm not sure what they're sending me. I told them I had some 2040, so because they asked, so I'm wondering if there's some 2040 based. I guess they make a 2020 in a 2040 slide. I don't know. So we'll have to see when they come in. But I did cut that down yesterday, so it wasn't 3 feet long. It's now 500, just under 500, because I cut it and then squared up both ends. This Dino Box company, I gotta make them go away. Where the hell did they come from? Anyone heard of this Dino Box?
Never heard of it.
Dino in the Box. It's another like Chinese, Banggood or GearBest or. But I just started getting whacked. I have a feeling they're a spin-off from one of those two. I have a feeling it's a GearBest spin-off. Click the mail. Cruiser Rich Minis. Yeah, there's the cantilevers are right on small. I don't think it. Although you get right down to it in a way, like the original CR10 is sort of a cantilever. It's a cantilever with a rod there to help support it. Because you're cantilevering the actual Z screw. There's just still support there for the roller to ride on, but there's no actual lift there. But it is and it isn't, I guess. I mean, it's really not because you still have support there, but it sort of is because the lift is on the other side. So you're cantilevering the lift, but you're not cantilevering the actual gantry. Yes, I don't know. Something along those lines. Anyway, somebody else jump in here. Come on now. We need some conversation.
Yeah, if Jimmy can make it in, anybody can.
Yeah. You need to focus that thing so we can actually see the clouds. Is that like focusing on the window or something?
It's pointing out the window.
Yeah, it's all blurry though. Can't really see the cool clouds and the trees blowing. They're just all foggy. Anyway, everybody fat gut. I gotta get rid of some of that. Yeah, TK, jump in. I haven't had you on in a while. You can jump in too, Joe. Or are you at work? Oh, you're always at work. Set off the smoke alarms today. Made some cheesy toast for my mother. Left the broiler on. Came upstairs, was dicking around, and all of a sudden all the smoke alarms go off. Like, what the hell? Went downstairs and the oven's nice and clean on the inside now. Burnt everything off. Burned it all off. So what else can I print? Oh, screw their conference calls. Tell them all to go to hell.
The
Anyway.
Reese had an interesting take on the visor printing. He was stacking them like a condo with a little gap in between. He was doing 30 at a time.
Yep, I saw that. My only concern with that is when you do the bottom layer of the next one up. That, I mean, everybody knows the bottom layers are always not so clean and sealed. Not that these things are sealed anyways, but it's kind of, you always end up with a rough edge. That one is more prone to getting crap and germs and junk in it, and two could be, uncomfortable on your head. Don't forget the inside of that first layer is actually sitting on your forehead. Now, I don't know. There might be more to it than that. I don't know. He could be doing some prep work afterwards, so that takes care of both of those issues. But just seems kind of in my brew. You can have the smoking brew while you're on. I have no brew, it's just juice. It's really good juice too. Cranberry black cherry. Mm-mm-mm. It is tasty. I'm probably actually going to kick off in a minute. It's kind of nice out, and yet it's not. It's actually very cold out. Well, it's not very cold. It's 50 out now in the sun. It is in the sun. But it's extremely windy. Breezy. It's very, very breezy. Geez, can I get the window point outside? There you go. Out the window. Hold up. I know you will. There you go. There's out my window.
I don't miss the Connecticut weather.
The only thing I really, really hate is snow. I really don't mind cold to a point. I mean, we really never get like Canada / Vermont, New Hampshire cold, especially here, right on the water, because it's always like 5 or 10 degrees warmer here than it is 5 miles inland. Especially here, because I'm surrounded by swamp, and that actually warms the ground around me a lot. So, because what you can't see is the end of my driveway there. That's my driveway over there. I actually have 2 driveways, but that's all right. On the other side of that is a bank that goes down right to the swamp. And the same thing on this side of the house. I'm up on like a big island in the middle of a swamp.
I do miss the trees in Connecticut. You guys got real trees.
Hey, there's TK. No chirp. Island. Where's my chirp? It's supposed to chirp.
I do miss the trees
let me
in
just
Connecticut.
mute the other one.
Real trees.
There we go.
Okay, Mike. Yes. Play sound when guest enters. It's not playing a sound when a guest enters.
Oh, it's beautiful out there, actually, here.
A ding sound when a guest enters the studio. It's not playing the ding. It's not dinging. What is up, TK, my friend?
I'm good. Envious of the fact that you got a forest in your garden.
Huh?
Envious the fact that you got a forest in your garden.
It's actually not a forest, but sure. It is. I'm in a wooded area in between the 2 beach towns. I've actually been clearing it. That's kind of cleared. It used to be all briars and crap 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You couldn't even see the ground, but then in the foreground, you can sort of see that wall that just sort of ends. It's actually my driveway, and then the driveway you see in the distance is my neighbor's driveway, which we both share because he was originally going to use the driveway I have, and then said, "Oh, you know what? The property's wide enough. Blah blah blah. We don't want to be driving right by your house."
Is that his land that's beyond?
Huh?
Is that his land that's beyond the drive that share?
It's shared property. They actually own it. It all used to be ours. We owned like 27 acres. When my parents sold it, they were both getting older, and we sold it to family friends that the properties have switched. Quick history, this area, South Lime, which is now part of Lime, but there's still a micro town just so we can keep the post office. Anyways, was owned by two families, the Millers and the Emersons. Literally on the other side of my house is the property line. The Emersons owned everything for like 3 miles in that direction. The Millers owned everything from my property in the direction you see out that window.
Yeah.
They were both cattle farms, I think. Anyway, we sold the property to Emerson's, which we've known for like 4 or 5 generations. They both blah, blah, blah. And when we sold it, we were originally going to just sell them a couple acres out back so they could build a house.
Yeah.
And when my father was starting to get ill and he was getting older and my mother was getting ill and, they're both older and like, you know what? Why don't we just sell the whole property to Dean, who is our neighbor, because he did construction. He had the backhoes and the, equipment to take care of the driveway. So he's like, why don't we give him the driveway when we sell the property? That way he has the ability, he has the legal BS to take care of the driveway.
Yeah.
It's a shared driveway and it's still our right of way. He owned the property. So we ended up selling everything and only keeping an acre and a half. Basically gave it to him because they didn't charge him more money for the extra acreage. Yeah. They just gave it to him with it. Said, here, you take care of it. And of course he had cancer and died like 3 or 4 years later. And his wife now owns it, which is fine. It's just she doesn't have the equipment, and what she does have, she doesn't really take care of because she doesn't know anything about it. And so I end up taking care of the driveway. That doesn't really, it's not really a big deal. But I take care of all the property. I'm actually clearing. Oh, can you see it out there? Well, sort of. But you can't really see it, but that's actually that area between the two driveways is, well, those little pine trees, they're actually the border between the two properties. And
not that old, the trees, aren't they?
Huh?
The trees don't look that old.
The pine trees aren't. Dean put them in when he bought the property, though. They actually marked not only the property line, but he went underground for his power and phone and everything.
Right, yeah.
They're on the edge of the underground lines, so we know where they are. If you look, there's a little itty bitty tree that's kind of hiding behind the big oak tree, and then there's a bunch of little ones. Those are actually his power line. They're right on. They're like a foot away from his power line, so we know where the power lines are.
Another 2 or 3 weeks, the leaves will be popping out.
They're actually starting to now. The buds are
annoying, but
budding up. Can I get it so you can see that little tree down there? Is it? Where the hell is it? Well, you really can't see it through the screen and everything. But that one's starting to flower. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's not really showing.
That's the annoying thing is that, we're getting into the weather at the moment and we've got all the trees are blooming and we're missing it all because we're still on.
That there's a little, you can't really see it because of the screen and the movement and everything, but the post right next to that tree, the one that's just blown in front of the driveway, you can't really tell. That's covered in flowers. They're just starting to bud yesterday, and they're just coming out today. They should pop tomorrow or the next day. It's one of them, I don't know what you call them. They're big purple and white flowers. They get like this freaking big on the tree. They're huge. They make an absolute mess of the yard.
Mountain laurel?
Similar, but no. Very similar flower, but that's not a mountain laurel. I have mountain laurels over on this side of the property. We have mountain laurels everywhere. It's a state plant.
Yeah.
It's not rhododendrons, is it?
Maybe. Is that what it is? Actually, I think that is what it is.
Get it out.
Like puffy flowers about that big around.
Rip it out. Rip it out. Get it out.
Get what out?
The rhododendron. It'll just spread.
No, that can't go anywhere.
Right.
Believe me, that's been there as long as I have. My parents put that in like second or third year we lived here.
It's like a weed in Wales. It just grows everywhere. Victoria pulled it over, and
the only thing we have that grows everywhere here is briars. God, the briars are everywhere. That's all I've been doing for like the last 2 weeks is just going out for an hour, weed whacking briars out. That's not good. It's too bleached out. Sky's blue. It's actually pretty cool that I can do that. If I took the screen out, it would probably be better.
Well, that's what I've been doing all week anyway.
It's looking pretty good, dude. I did notice that when you first came in. It's looking a whole lot better now. It was a little rough the last time I looked at the pictures.
Yeah, I usually cut them pretty rough and then tidy them up afterwards, and it gets there in the end. I don't like it looking too perfect. I still like it to look like homemade, handmade. But yeah, I'll scan it once it's done and then bung it out as a 3D model. I think it'll look good when it's printed about so big.
Yep. Oh, I've been streaming just over an hour. Yeah, no. Bring that thing closer. Have you actually started finishing that?
It's still getting sanded and roughed out.
Holy crap. That thing's freaking sweet, dude. Are you just burning it to blacken out the background, or?
Yeah, just burn it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks cool.
It's like there's this one as well.
What's on the top of that? I can't really see it.
I never got around. Basically, what happened here, there was going to be another head here, but because the wood's sort of like half rotted.
Cool.
So I never got around to finishing that one.
You just got way too much time on your hands.
Yeah. Let's be during a lockdown.
Way too much time on your hands.
Should be doing it in VR, really.
That'd be cool. I wish I had a VR set. It's just too much money for me, and I just don't see myself using it. I'd use it extremely for like a month, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
That's basically what I did. Hit loads of games at the beginning, threw up a few times, and then went back into modeling.
Yeah.
And then just use the VR headset just literally for Google Earth, because that is awesome. That's a brilliant way to introduce somebody to like the VR headset with Google Earth. But the sculpting's good. It's a workout as well with the sculpting, because you got your arms up all the time, like.
Oh yeah, VR sculpting. Yeah, I would really like to try that. I think that would be fun.
It is brilliant. It's like it's a bit like, because you like Sculptress.
Yeah.
The program I use, Medium, it's very much similar to that, but you just got
You're actually doing it with your hands, not with a pen.
Yeah, and you can just do that and make it small, so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like when you print it, and then you just pull it to enlarge it. It's like that female troll that I was working on. I actually worked on that full scale to what a female troll would be in real life, if you know what I mean, like 12 foot.
Yeah.
And that's how I carved it. And so I started shrinking it down. It was like, oh God, way too much detail in that, because it wasn't going to print.
Yeah, but too much detail, when you shrink it, what goes away goes away.
Yeah.
Don't really worry about it.
Oh, I haven't, because like, you know, the idea is as well, like I might get around to FDM printing it one day really big, and I'll know the details still there.
Resin. I mean, you do resin printing too, right?
Yeah, but not to the same sort of scale as I can with the FDM. I mean, the Moai's got the biggest build plane. That's only like twice the size of the Photon.
Headless bunny. Guess I should just throw the headless bunny out. God. Bunny with a head. Something just dinged.
Yeah, that was me.
Sounded like a toaster oven.
No, that was my phone telling me somebody's just sent me something in Facebook. Oh, it's another one of them coronavirus things, breaking news.
God. You know what's kind of annoying? I mean, I get it. You need to get the information out there, but it's like I've heard it all. It's the same thing over and over. Be smart, stay home. What more do you need to know? You know, there's some break I want to know about it, but other than that, just it's the same crap over and over and over.
We've got the police now sort of like monitoring the motorways because of the people coming into the into Wales.
Yeah, well, we're semi-blocked at the state. If you try and get in or out of the state of Connecticut, especially into New York, the cops will stop you and ask you what you're doing and why you're going and blah, blah, blah. They won't really, like if my brother really had to come down from Boston for some reason, they'd let him through, but it's kind of, they're starting to do the, regulations, but it's just, I'm so sick of it. And like Facebook, you go on to Facebook or Twitter, and it's a big header, and they won't let you get rid of it. I don't mind it come out and popping up and go, oh, latest news. But let it go away after that. Let me click, stop, go away, be gone. I don't need to see it every single time I roll the window up or down.
Yeah. Apparently, this one, it's supposed to be officially from the BBC. And basically, anyone that's out of their house after 8 p.m. will get fined on the spot. And I'm like, well, that's obviously bollocks. We have
Isn't the BBC kind of like Donald Trump there?
Yeah.
Only half the people thinking.
The BBC is the equivalent of Fox News, I think.
Yeah. Government regulated news.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, honestly, here in the States, on my cable company, we have BBC America, and it's probably a third of my television watching is that. I love some of your guys' programming is way better than ours sometimes.
Yeah, what annoys me is that everybody else in the world can watch the BBC without a TV license, right? We have to pay like 120 to 150 pounds, I think it is, for a TV license a year.
Yeah, well, that's how you pay for the BBC. But
why should we have to pay for it and fund it, and then everybody in the whole world gets it for free?
We don't get it for free. We have to watch ads. Like your hour-long programs are an hour and a half.
Watch ads. I mean, because but the way they do it is that the reason why they give all these shows like CBS and all that sort of stuff, BBC stuff, is because then it stops us in this country watching channels like Netflix. We need a license to watch Netflix because there's a BBC show on there. That's why they give them out for free.
Yeah. I mean, I pay for BBC America, but it's like part of my program bill.
Yeah.
I mean, my cable bill's $300. It's ridiculous. But that includes my internet, my phone. That phone is a cable phone. Everything, pretty much everything. About $300.
I very rarely
watch. I have to watch ads. You don't have to watch the ads. So that's the big catcher.
The other channels we watch for free, like ITV, HTV, S4C, which is the Welsh channel, and that, they will have ads.
They do have ads.
Yeah, but because of the BBC,
they're free.
Yeah, but we still have to pay for a BBC license to watch them.
Oh, didn't know that.
I mean, it's not like we can't not tune our TV into the BBC. We can't get a TV that just won't watch BBC.
Yeah.
And I think you got to be like over something.
That's kind of like the cable companies here, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to pay the cable company to watch television. Sure, I could put an antenna up on the house and get like 2 channels, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd quite happily pay for Netflix and watch Netflix without having to pay for a TV license. I don't mind paying somebody else.
Yeah.
Because at least Netflix, you can go, oh, I've watched everything there now, I can cancel it.
Yeah, that's what I do usually. I've been holding on to it just because this is all. But I usually get Netflix from Christmas Day. I get it, and then like March, I cancel it. So all the new programming comes out that's good in that time frame usually, and then usually like July, August, I'll get it again until September, and then cancel it and just do like 3 month segments of it, and then I can watch everything that came on between.
I usually get Netflix when there's something that I've been waiting for, and it's like the new season of like Discovery or something like that. It's like, yeah, okay, it's worth getting.
Awesome space.
And what I find also is brilliant is that usually they put the whole series up in one night, so you could binge watch the whole thing.
Yeah, right. They don't break it down. Because the other thing I love that you guys do is it's from Sky, is Sky and Showtime, which I don't have anymore. I haven't watched the last season. Is now I can't think of the name of the damn show. Section 20 there, Strike Back. God, I love that show. The last 2 seasons were not as good as when they got rid of. I don't know. Have you ever watched Strike Back?
No, I very rarely watch any telly.
Oh, that is just one of my favorites. I love that show.
I watched the new episode of Red Dwarf last night. That was brilliant.
The what?
Red Dwarf. Dave Lister, Crichton, Rimmer.
Oh, that was that movie / TV show, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I always loved sci-fi, but like a lot of those, like the Stargates, I watched the original movie. Any of the after movies or any of the after shows, I never really watched. Yeah. I did watch Stargate Universe. It started out okay.
Red Dwarf, though.
First season, it got bogus. Never watched.
It's a sci-fi comedy with 4 guys stuck in space trying to get laid, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to get back to Earth and get laid.
I never watched. Never really watched any of them. I watched Star Trek, the original series. After that, they all got kind of stupid. The Enterprise one, I watched a little bit. Was it Stargate 9 or Starbase 9 or whatever the hell it was?
Oh, DS9.
DS9.
Yeah, that I watched on occasion, but I never really got into it. Firefly, I loved, but
and then
that was the one good one that went away. Babylon 5, never really watched that. I always thought that was kind of stupid. It was more like a space soap opera than it was an actual.
I will admit, the one thing I do enjoy about the BBC and the British stuff compared to the American stuff, it's like the Firefly. I just started getting into that, and what do they do? Cancel it.
Yeah, Firefly was awesome. And what did they do? 1 season?
Yeah, and they did there's a lot of stuff. Everything I was getting into always got cancelled, and the shit that I didn't like is like 10 seasons into it. You know what I mean?
You know what I can't get is that people keep watching these stupid reality shows. Yeah. They are so dumb and so boring and just so dumb. Amazing reality. They aren't real. They're so obviously, casted out and they're anything but real, and they call them reality shows.
Big Brother.
The Big Brother. It's like one of the more popular ones. I'm like, how do you watch this crap?
Yeah. I'm more like, who's the type of person? What type of brain do you have to decide to go on national TV and live your life in front of a camera? Like that.
And you're not, though, because it's fake real. I mean, it's so obvious that these people know what's going on, and they make up drama. And I guarantee you there's people in the background going, all right, hey, Joe, why don't you get all mad at him so we can make this happen to that? It may not be scripted, but it's guided.
Yeah.
To increase the drama. And then interviewing these people like, oh, wow, I saw Johnny over there kissing Joni, and Joni was actually over kissing Bobby at the same time, an hour later. And Eureka, yes, I love you.
I agree with you on there, but
Warehouse 13 too in the first couple.
That was kind of a couple of seasons in, wasn't it, as well? For Eureka 13.
Eureka?
No, Warehouse 13. That was like 3 seasons, I think.
Yeah, it was 3 seasons. I like that too. The first couple of seasons were all right. The last couple, I kind of got it got tiring. They kind of ran out of subject matter as far as I'm concerned. They could only do so much with it. I did like Warehouse 13, but most of those Farscape I just started watching recently because all this is going on. It was all right.
Andromeda?
Battlestar Galactica, again, I watched like the first season when I was a kid, and then it was just like, yeah, whatever.
I never liked the original Battlestar Galactica because I'd read the books.
So I preferred the original over that new one.
Yeah, I thought the new one was more towards the books, if you know what I mean. Because Starbuck was never supposed to be a guy; he was always supposed to be a female character. But they didn't want to portray a female character in the lead role that smoked cigars and acted more like a guy, like in the time period that it was being made in.
I never read the book, so I don't care. It was, I don't know. Battlestar Galactica was on all the time, and the stupid fucking.
I'll admit the movement of the cameras in the new Battlestar Galactica took me. I nearly stopped watching it because of that sort of like the camera always moving type feeling.
Warehouse 14. Yeah, I did hear that another Warehouse whatever show was supposed to come on. I liked Warehouse 13. It was all right. I mean, it was. I did get tired. I think it's the second or third season. Toward the end of it, I was like, yeah, whatever. Kind of just lost interest in it.
It's like Futurama that only did 8 seasons, 3 movies. 8 seasons, 3 movies. Should have done more.
Yeah, that's another one I didn't. I'll watch it if it's on once in a while, but it doesn't thrill me.
Right, I'll have to see if I can get hold of them other couple of seasons then.
Yeah, Warehouse 13 was all right. I might actually go back and watch the other seasons because like I said, I think I stopped at like 2 or 3. Yeah, I just burnt out on it, I guess. I don't know. It just seemed after a while.
It's like
awesome. I loved Eureka.
Yeah.
All the way through. I watched every season. I should go back and watch a lot of that because I don't remember a lot of it. That got kind of stupid toward the end too, but
I was still fun.
I start doing when they start doing we have no subject matter, so we're gonna like time travel to fix stuff. We got to go back in time or go forward. When they start doing the time travel, I'm like, all right, this has been played out. The whole when you got to do time travel to give yourself a subject matter, it's like I'm done with you. I don't get the whole time travel. Everyone does it, sci-fi thing. It just gets tiring.
beats watching Oprah.
Yeah, I can't stand watching Oprah. I hate watching Oprah. But at least that I can get. I get why chicks watch Oprah and why they get off on that crap. Reality shows, these island things, and the Amazing Race one I can almost see too, because it's a reality show, but it's an obviously played out, structured reality show. They don't try and hide it. It's a race around the world, and you have to do these stunts to win. That I can sort of see. I don't watch it, but it at least makes sense. These stupid reality shows are just
and things like that.
The Wives of Wherever and Jersey Shore. I mean, come on, who actually watches this crap?
Everyone in lockdown at the moment.
I mean, I just don't. I don't get it.
It's like the X Factor and stuff. Oh, they do me in.
The X Factor was all right at first.
Nah.
That was the one where they had to do all the challenges and like eat dead spiders and stuff, right?
Oh no, that's no. The X Factor is when you get all the locals that think they can sing because they do karaoke.
Oh, that no, I can't do those. I did watch those. Yeah,
Oh.
Eureka's been on Amazon for a while.
Where is that now?
How's that whistling?
Somebody's printing.
Oh, is that your printer, Jimmy?
Yeah. Starting to print.
Face mask there.
Some mold, vacuum forming
I
mold.
hear the 4988's going. Yeah, that's what you're hearing. 4988's going.
It's a king run.
One of these days, I gotta plug in that burnt up freaking board and see if it runs. See if I can burn up another stepper driver. I don't even know what the hell I did with that thing. I gotta clean up some crap. I might have to have another get rid of crap raffle off junk stream. I'm just tired of hanging on to junk I'm never gonna use.
I'd like my flat to be a flat again instead of a workshop.
I don't
Morning,
mind
Viking.
being a workshop. I just can't stand hanging on to crap like this thing. I'll never use this again. Actually, I might. I'll be putting the air conditioner on. What the hell's in here? I think there's one stepper driver in here, right? Oh, no, those are the heat sinks for the stepper drivers. Those I gotta keep. We got some gloop. We got a motors to sink a battleship. Screws from my quadcopters. I gotta get rid of some of this junk. That should be up there. Cables to something. I don't know. I'm guessing it was a stepper driver extension cable. Garbage. Can't believe they actually made it right in the garbage and everything. Wine bottle opener ain't going nowhere. Got a whole RC car here all ripped apart that one of these days I'm going to rebuild. Yeah, sure I am. Someday, quadcopter props, 3D printed tires that don't work worth crap.
Hey, Viking, you get to hear 3D Jimmy's voice today.
Viking! Want to jump in, Viking? I think I'm going to kick my camera and the iPad.
You jumping in, Viking?
Yes, I have to pay for IMDb. Not, I mean, it's one of the packages. If I go up one more, it gets added. Don't need this thing no more. This was the cooling head for the original ANET. That one didn't make it in the garbage can. Had enough of these freaking cables. Anybody need some short cables for?
Got a whole drawer full of them.
I do too. That's the problem with some of this stuff is it's gotten so cheap that the only way to buy it, you can't just buy one for $1. You end up buying a 10-pack for $5.
Yeah.
And you only need one or two. And the rest of them you just sit there and need to get rid of some of this crap. I got boxes and boxes of junk I just don't need. Still got the original carriage from the ANET. All of them. And the original wheels. Got to take them apart because the screws I do want. This crap I probably will never use. Although I might use that for a pattern for the hodgepodge printer. But I could break it down and make it smaller. What else do I got? I've got enough fans to sink a battleship. That's not even all of them. I got more and more. and more. All the different beds I've used over the years. What did I use? Blue tape on glass. Blue tape. We have a brand new sheet of PEI. Never been used. Anybody know what this is? I've talked about this before. This is the original flex plate before there were flex plates. This is literally the original flex plate.
Not much.
Two names. And they're now owned by Stratus, I think, bought them out and used them on their fancy printers. Then there's PEI on glass. And then there's Lexan. Lexan works really, really well until you go to heat it up. Then it goes boing and warps all over the place. Anybody remember what this is? Black on one side, white on the other. Flexes somewhat. It's really stiff. This was, they originally called it Zebra Bed, and then it became Print and Z. Print and Z bed. This thing was like $50. It actually worked all right. The problem with this is you flex it and it doesn't really return. It never actually returns to the original shape, and you have to keep flexing it back into shape, and it's wicked stiff, and it is freaking heavy. This thing weighs almost as much as the glass does. But it worked pretty well. Actually, the Lexan, I think, worked about the best, other than you can't heat it ever. Which is why no one uses it. It's good for PLA, I should say. All it was really good for was PLA.
It's like that thing there. It's done me proud.
What is that?
It's a rebranded Anycubic i3 Mega.
Oh.
But it's I got it as an Amiga i3.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know Amiga still existed.
But yeah, I mean, well, it's 4 years old now. And the only thing I've ever had to change is the build track after I damaged it myself. And the power off switch has died on it, but it's died on the on position, and that's no big deal. But other than that,
Do you still have a zebra plate?
metal one.
No.
I mean, oh, right, that.
Like
Yeah.
you said. You don't have a zebra plate, do you? I don't even think they shipped over there, did they? I don't think they ever shipped out of the U.S. because they were from Florida, I think. I'm not positive. But... And then they got, I'm pretty sure Stratus or one of those bought them out and put them on their printers exclusively. They were like the first flex plate where it would just pop right off.
Yeah.
And it worked. Worked pretty well. Another peanut butter sandwich cookies. Yum.
Yeah. Peanut butter.
Good. I'm not a big fan of peanut butter stuff, but there's a few things. Reese's peanut butter cups. Oh my God, they're a must-have.
Nah. I used to like Snicker. Well, were they Snicker bars before they became Snicker bars? They're called Snicker bars now, but they used to be called something else before. And
not around here.
It's just like a Mars bar.
It's like the 50s or 60s or something.
No, it's just like a Mars bar full of peanuts.
Oh, that sounds like a payday.
It's disgusting.
I just came in, I heard Reese's. Peanut butter. I do not, but I'm not a big peanut butter fan. I mean, I'll eat it, but even as a kid, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches were the thing. I was just like,
That would be
I'd
me.
rather not eat than have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich most of the time. But like I said, these things, Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies and Reese's peanut butter cups. And I don't like all those alterations to Reese's, the M&M version of Reese's with the like little M&Ms. Those are disgusting. The little ones are okay. The real big ones, really, that's just too much peanut. The original Reese's peanut butter cup is like the perfect ratio of peanut butter goop in the middle to the chocolate.
Oh, I did like what were there were shapes.
What?
It was a hard toffee, like shapes like a monkey nut, but it used to have a soft peanut butter filling inside it.
No clue. Never heard of it.
A British thing.
Dark chocolate Reese's? I don't think I've ever had one. That does sound good. I like dark chocolate.
So
the other thing I found is I always love peanut M&Ms. I prefer a peanut M&M over a regular M&M.
Yeah.
They came out with a coffee coated peanut M&M. Oh, that's so good. Oh, they're it's my favorite M&M of all time. It's like a mocha peanut covered deliciousness.
Nah, I'm too into coffee.
Huh?
I'm not a coffee drinker, so that would be like, I'd have to avoid that. But the peanut ones, yeah, I definitely agree with them. They're nice.
Peanut M&Ms are awesome. If I'm an M&M, that would be my choice. The real old everyday peanut M&M or the new coffee ones. The coffee ones are pretty good. Yeah, Jimmy, it looks like you're going to get a big storm. Big old black cloud taking over your phone screen.
Yeah, we got some showers coming in today, but the clouds are nice, keeps the temperature down.
See, that's what Wales looks like usually.
Well, this is supposed to be the sunshine state.
Yeah. That was the one thing about Miami. It rained every single day, and it rained when the sun was out. The cloud would go over, it would rain, but it wouldn't hit the ground right away, and the cloud's gone before the rain actually hits the ground. So you're driving down the road with your windshield wipers going with bright sunlight. Yep. So what else can I print? I need to print something just because I need to print something.
Ooh.
Something different.
You can't print the coffee M&M. Should be in good shape.
Someday soon we'll have food, whatever they call, food printers. They're really not that far off when you think about it. I mean, they already have a pizza printer. I want a pizza printer. Have you seen that thing? There actually is a pizza printer. A real live.
Yeah, I think I have.
In the world pizza printer. And it like rolls out the dough and then I mean basically all it is an assembly line. It's not really a printer per se. It's just a belt assembling a line that basically rolls out the dough, I guess, and then squirts the sauce and slaps some meat on there and then rolls it through the oven. Yeah, I'm not printing shields yet. I got the stuff. I'm going to, when we start needing them in the area, I'm not going to waste time and energy on them when we don't need them. Yes, that's my problem, is I can eat the family-sized bag of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Same with these things. I keep opening them, and if I put them here in front of me, I'll just start doing this and not even thinking about it, and the whole package will be gone. And then I'll have a gut ache, which is why they're way the hell over there. So I just look at it and go, ooh, I can have a couple of those and take a couple and be done with it.
I saw a video of some granddad somewhere making a face mask from empty bottle.
Yeah.
And the way you would cut it fitted perfectly, and I could cut more of them bottles than I can print them.
Yeah, I can't really get that many bottles around here. Everyone returns them because we have a deposit on them. So it's 5 cents. But I have sheets. I bought sheets. I'm just waiting. I called around because I got a bunch of friends that are in the medical, and they're like, not yet. Wait.
Yeah.
Because my area, where we're on the fringe of New York, actually pre-stocked pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbor got whacked because she actually works in a rest home / retirement rehab center, or whatever you want to call it. And they're looking for masks, but not face shields.
Yeah.
Because the state came and took all their masks and stuff, but they don't really need the face shields because they're not dealing with any of that directly.
Like my ex, she works as a care assistant, and she's struggling at the moment to find, like personal protection stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I've printed some of the head masks out for them. And then I'll just find out how many more she needs and just get them printed.
Yeah, well, those are shields. The shields are one thing, the masks are another. We're in need of the actual mouth cover masks. The shields we're not low on yet. Connecticut just got a big, massive load of, like, I don't know, 750,000 of them or something. The only thing we're low on are actual, the M95 or even a fabric mask.
Mm.
Which is what my mother supposedly is making downstairs for personal use. They're trying to get people to, like people who have bought boxes of them because they're paranoid morons. They don't realize the medical people need them more than you do.
Yeah. It's the same with the IPA. It's like everyone in the group's like, where can I get IPA? What else can I use to clean models? It's like, just don't do any printing for a month. You know what I mean?
Can't do that. I need to print. I got my bottle of IPA over here, and it's sitting there. I actually got most of this one. I am using way less of it. Normally, I would use this like crazy.
Yeah, I've got
2 weeks ago.
Half a bottle of IPA, and a litre of IPA for me in the UK would have cost me £5. They've got it back in stock, but you can only buy a litre, and it's £25.
Yeah.
It's like
it's sort of understandable. I don't get the price gouging.
I think it's to stop. It's to say like, yes, it's here if you really, really, really want it, but you're going to pay for it. If you know what I mean, it's to discourage people, but it's there if you really want to pay for it.
Yeah, but it shouldn't even be it's a money thing. It should be just don't unless you need it. It should just be, I don't know. I hate people that don't have simple common sense. Like the whole toilet paper and paper towel. It's like, just have common sense. I have no problems with people going, oh my God, we're in a pandemic. Instead of buying a week's worth of toilet paper, I'm going to buy 2 weeks worth of toilet paper.
Yeah.
That I get. These people go, oh my God, I have to buy every freaking thing I can get because I might run out. It's like, you're not going to run out. They're not stop making it.
It's like
if everyone would use it in the same volume that they've always used it, there'd never be a shortage because it was always there. The only reason why we're having shortages is one, people are just pooping more, so they are using more because they're sitting around like I am doing nothing.
Teenagers, isn't it?
And well, they are. I mean, the actual usage of toilet paper goes up when you're sitting around your house. I don't know about you guys, but when I sit here, I don't go to the bathroom once in the morning and once at night anymore. I go to the bathroom like 6 times a day just because I can. So you use a little more toilet paper.
Yeah.
But also, it's there's these people out there like Nears was doing. Like, it's not the hoarders. It is. The hoarders started this whole, oh my God, I got to have 1,000 moles in my house because I might run out. No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's not going to. Production of toilet paper is not going to go away. Yes, they don't want you going out every week and buying it. They want you to go out every 2 weeks and buy it. So buy, a little extra. You don't have to buy 20 freaking cases and store it in your basement.
It's like it went nuts when we first, just before we went the lockdown, because we're on our third week now. The shops, the last time I saw the shops that empty was like back in the late 70s when Christmas was kicking in and the shops used to be shut for a week.
Yeah, I agree with you, 3D Maker Kid. I mean, the canned food is in shortage. The biggest thing I noticed when I went shopping yesterday, 2 weeks ago I went shopping and there was no milk, there was no half and half, there was no anything. I went shopping yesterday, milk was back, but no half and half. But the frozen food aisle was gutted. Frozen pizzas were there, which you'd think would be the first thing. I mean, I would have bought like a half a dozen frozen pizzas because, damn, I'll eat those pandemic or not. So the frozen pizzas were there, but like the frozen corn and the frozen vegetables and canned vegetables, they were all wiped out. And I'm like, why are people?
But within a week, our shops were back to normal again.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because areas that were wiped out 2 weeks ago when I went were back, and areas that had plenty 2 weeks ago are empty now. So basically a supply and demand. Whatever got delivered that morning was full, and whatever didn't wasn't. But I mean, it's just, why are you buy for a couple of weeks? Don't buy for the next 2 months.
I can't even buy for a couple of weeks. I have to do shopping like for 3 days.
Why?
Because otherwise I'll just end up wasting food.
Well, if you're buying, I'm talking like canned foods and stuff that'll keep.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it just sits there then.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to eat next week.
Bird flew by. Well, I have no problems with. I have a couple, I haven't had Chef Boyardee raviolis in years, but I bought a couple cans because I will eat it. I already had a freaking. I used to go to. My father loved them. I used to go to Costco's or BJ's, which I don't think you have either one over there, but one of them warehouse stores.
Yeah.
I'd buy a case of Hot Pockets. My father used to love them. I'd eat one once in a while. They're not a big deal to me. I'll eat it if it's all there is and I don't feel like cooking. But so I already have like a case of those. So I've been eating them now and again just so. But yeah, the fresh foods are slowly getting limited to the point where I won't buy a lot because it won't keep. And I'm not a freeze everything kind of person. I got enough junk in the freezer already.
Fresh food's not a problem down here.
Yeah, fresh fruit.
Shoot a 4-foot iguana.
The problem with fresh food is, like you said, you can't buy 2 weeks worth. You can only buy a couple 3 days worth, because otherwise it just goes bad.
Yes. Plus, I also don't know what I'm going to eat in a couple. I mean, it's like I've got steak for later, but I won't want to eat steak next week. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can eat steak every day. I like me some steak. Chicken's the one thing. Like, I went and bought it was like 28 cents a pound for this freaking pack of thighs. But that's not even a pandemic thing for me. If I saw that before, I'd buy it and I'd break it up and I'd cook a couple that night and I'd freeze, a half a dozen, groups. Like, I'll take it out and go, okay, this is enough for me, mom and dad. Freeze it. I do that anyways. That's what the freezer's for. But even still, I was doing that 2 weeks ago. I did it, and I'm watching this lady, and I grab a pack, and she goes over and goes, "Oh my god!" And she buys like 6 packs. I'm like, "Lady, come on, share." And I'm like, "Whatever." I'm not going to get into it, but she's okay. She might have had a family of kids and wife and husband and 4 or 5 people in the house, so buy 2 packs instead of the one I bought.
Yeah.
But don't buy 6 or 8 packs of junk.
Yeah.
Just knock it off.
Then poor people, they're going to be sitting there, oh God, again.
It's just like everyone's, doing You wait till this is all over. You have these return lines of just toilet paper and paper towel at Walmart. And it's like, for one, that ain't happening because every store I know has no returns on paper goods. The grocery store here in town has a huge sign that says, "You buy toilet paper, paper towel, wipes, like Lysol cleaners, anything like that. For one, now you're limited to one per pack or one pack per person." And anything that was bought before that sign went up, they're literally saying there is no mass returns of any paper goods or cleaning supplies. If you bought 5,000 rolls of toilet paper, you're stuck with 5,000 rolls of toilet paper. Guess what? Sitting in your freaking basement rotten. We ain't taking it back. That's the other thing. Paper goods aren't good forever either.
Yeah.
You can't store toilet paper forever. It will start getting moldy after a while.
That's going to be one dodgy car boot sale.
Yeah. I love the post on there's a one going around on Facebook that says it's a very special day for Jimmy. You know, year's 2035 or whatever. Very special day for Jimmy. He's using the last roll that his mother bought in the pandemic.
Something to pass on to the grandkids.
Yeah. I mean, there's I don't know. Hoarding just never made sense to me. I don't care. It just doesn't make sense to me. I get buying a few extra. There's a difference between buying a couple extra and freaking hoarding.
Yeah.
Down here this morning, we couldn't fit any more on the shelves.
I mean, I normally, when I buy toilet paper and paper towel, all right, who's getting feedback now? So one of you two is giving us feedback.
That was too close to the speakers.
Yeah. When I buy toilet paper, paper towel, I always get like a big case anyways because I buy it off of Amazon or Walmart, whoever's on sale that week. Get a case. And that lasts me a month. I mean, paper goods. I don't mind storing that to a point. I'm not going to buy 10 cases because there's a pandemic coming. Anyway, enough pandemic crap. We need to talk 3D printer crap. Actually, I think I'm going to kill it because it's 11:15, and I'm going to have to go find something for lunch. I have to keep my mother fed. Damn crap. I lose some weight. Always shit on company time. Yeah.
My sleeping routine's just going like that, totally around.
I'm trying to get myself, even like last night. I was thinking about streaming again last night. And I was like, nope. I watched Lexter do his on Twitch. And it's what gave me the idea of starting on Twitch again because this will do both. And I was like, oh, he's all done. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's like, you know what? No, I'm going to bed. Gonna watch some TV. Get up at a normal hour. I used to get up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I used to be at work by 6:30. I mean, there, like not just I'm there. That was construction life. Now I'm like barely rolling out of bed at 7 and having a hard time doing that.
I'm getting up now at the same time I used to go to bed.
Yeah. I gotta stop that crap. This staying up all night junk's gotta end. Can't do it. Screw it. Just makes me lazy because then all day the sun's up and I'm just laying in bed going, I'm so tired. I stayed up too late. It's like you get nothing done then.
Yeah, I mean it's right because you can go out and have a walk around your property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I can't get out there. We're restricted.
You can't even go outside at all. You can go outside.
We can go out and do shopping, and we can go out and get medication and stuff. But we need to have a really good excuse for being out there.
You need fresh air.
Well, yeah, but they can say like you can just open your window for that.
Yeah, that ain't the same thing. You don't even have like a balcony or a deck there, do you?
No, because it's a middle floor. Like I mean, they're trying to keep people out of the parks.
See, we're actually trying to keep the parks open.
Yeah.
But with a regulation of state of frick away from everybody else. You know, if someone else is on the trail, you know, pause, take a few steps back, let them get farther down the trail.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're trying to let people out.
We've got a bank holiday this weekend, and we usually get tons of tourists, and they're like, look, we've got beautiful weather, stay at home. Wales is closed. And we've also got to a stage now where if somebody from Manchester is down here and they get ill, they're not going to get medication from the NHS. They've got to go back home. Because we've only got 2 hospitals in our area. That's it. They got more hospitals in their city. And we've got 2 hospitals for the whole of North Wales.
Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hospitals within 15-minute drive from me.
Yeah.
Like a dozen walk-in clinics, and they're all open right now too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, we've got one in just outside of Bangor, and we've got one in close to Rhyl. But 2 main hospitals, and that's it.
That sucks for you.
All right.
Time to move.
But I'd still rather be down here. I mean, at least I am in the countryside. It's not as dense.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the countryside. I'm kind of in between. What's the only good about this area is I am in between, so I have within a short distance, I have all the amenities that you'd get from a city.
Yeah.
Even if it's New London's a small city. I mean, city dwellers would say that's a town because it actually has streets and there's houses. There's not just, apartment buildings. But,
yeah.
I mean, there are apartment buildings too, but it's 90% housing. But it's still a city compared to where I'm living.
Yeah. It's like I'm literally about 5 minutes away from the beach. And then sort of like up that way.
There. I can walk to the beach in less than 5 minutes.
Mm.
My driveway is the longest part of it.
Right. I tried living in cities. I can't do it. I miss the temperature change when the tide moves and stuff. You don't get that.
I don't like clusterfuck. Cities are just big clusterfucks. One person living on top of another, and you can't get away from them. And I like space. I go out in the morning, I make my coffee, and I go out and I walk in my yard, like outside. Don't matter what the weather is. For one, I got to get the paper from my mother, which is there. But I just walk around and I need open air.
Yeah.
Places down here, the houses are so close to one another. You spit out the window, it goes through your neighbor's house
and out the other window.
It's like I was building houses like that. They were using the Florida model to build the Pulte housing out on Long Island. I was running that. And it's literally what they called it, the Florida model. And they put them, because they have to have 1 acre and a third. That's their minimum space in that location they were zoned at. But they wanted to cluster screw them all together. So what they did is they made everybody these like wedge properties. So all the houses are really close together on the property or on the roads. But then everyone have these huge backyards. But there's literally houses that they put so close together. We're not talking, little Florida ranches and raised ranches. We're talking $600,000, 5,000 and 6,000 square foot monstrosity borderline mansions. And they are so close together that some of them on like the cul-de-sacs and stuff where it's round that you cannot literally push a lawnmower between the 2 buildings. You'll hit the walls. That's how close the actual buildings are together. I'm like, hey, why? Send it back. Oh, and here's their thing. It saved us money on the driveway. Saved them like $1.2 million on driveway.
Yeah.
So we built like 400 or 500 of them in this one location.
Crazy.
525 total, I think, in that property. Which PETA burned down the first 2 dozen. It was built on a pumpkin farm. And they built the first 3 models, which, Pulte does for come in and view, which basically the 3 buildings with different floor layout. The outsides all look the same.
Yeah.
Then there was like a half a dozen houses that they just put up real quick to sell. And I guess PETA or one of those Save the World peoples came in and burned them all down. Of course, Pulte had no insurance on them. It was funny. That's actually when I showed up, is when we started rebuilding those 6 or 8 that they burned down, or 12, or however many there were. It was a whole street. They burned them all down. Weren't anybody living in them? Most of them were old. They were brand spanking new. Some of them weren't even finished. Burnt to a crisp. I don't think they ever caught the people that did it either.
Yeah. It just freaked me out living in a wooden house, because I've always lived in stone or brick.
All right, what's that? That's wood. It's got a wood structure. Huh?
Only the floorboards.
The sidewalls are wood, aren't they?
No, solid brick.
The interior walls are brick too?
Yeah.
No. Really?
Yeah. Apart from that bit there, that wall there is because they've got the kitchen there, but everything else, including the internal wall in the hallway, is all brick.
Really?
But that's just plasterboard, because it's just, this used to be.
Yeah, it's an afterthought.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all brick.
Brick is cold.
Yeah, but it's better than granite.
Not really, actually. You can actually heat up granite in the whole, brick will too. You can heat it up and it'll actually generate heat.
Yeah.
That's what the hell was I studying? Somebody was talking about doing, how we do radiant heat now with everything?
Yeah.
They were talking about doing radiant heat in brick or stone inside the walls because it took more energy initially to heat it up, but once it was hot, it took a lot less to maintain it.
Yeah. And
it gives you a warmer feel. If the air is warmer. Radiant heat, like I don't have radiant heat and I have to wear my slippers. Drives me nuts. Because I got regular baseboard, and basically, I don't know if you guys understand the whole concept, but baseboard, the heat is all up there.
Yeah.
My ceiling is probably 75 degrees, and yet my floors are 60 degrees. Because that's the way it works. Radiant heat, the heat goes up, comes back down the wall, comes across the floor in the coldest form, which makes your feet cold, which makes you feel cold. If your feet are cold, you feel cold. If your feet are 80 degrees, if your floors are 75, 80 degrees, but the air temperature is 65 degrees, you feel okay. The other way around, you feel like crap. So by heating the walls and the floor through radiant heat and using brick to maintain that heat, they're saying might be more energy efficient. There's like a study on it being, because again, it takes more to get it hot, but once it is hot, it maintains that heat.
Yeah.
Disadvantage is like we save a lot of energy by like during the day. In the morning, my heat kicks on extra and kicks the warms my room up to like 72 degrees between like 6 and 8 in the morning. And then it basically shuts off during the day. And then right around dark, 5, 6 o'clock at night, it kicks back on again. And about midnight, it kicks off again.
Yeah.
Like, don't even, I drop it down to like 60 degrees because I'm asleep. So I don't need the heat. I'm under blankets and it'll kick on. And that actually saves a lot of energy. Supposedly. I don't know if it actually does or not. But that's what they say. Where this, you couldn't do that. If you did the radiant in brick or radiant in stone or radiant in, a heat maintaining, you have to keep an uneven temperature or else it won't work. It won't save money. I don't know if it's true or not. It was some study thing I read about. I read about that a couple of years ago. They were talking about doing that.
It's like at the moment that in this area, they're actually cladding all the houses in that foam.
Yeah, everybody does that now.
Yeah. The same stuff. Did you hear you might have heard the Greenham housing complex that got burnt down? a big block of flats in London somewhere all caught fire with the cladding. It was supposed to sort of like be fireproof, and all the stuff just went up.
Oh, the foam, yeah. There's a house down here that this guy built. It's been a while now, probably 10, 15 years. That's one of those foam-only houses.
Hmm.
The whole thing is like these big sheets of foam, and it's just got like, it's like a, I don't know, 20 by 10-foot sheet, whatever it is, of foam. And it's just got like a 2x4 all the way around the edge so you can attach them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the whole panel, it's just one big freaking foam panel. I'm like, structural foam construction. I'm like, I have yet to find a foam that doesn't break down over time. Now, they're saying the newer foams don't, but until you've had that time to find out if it breaks down, how the hell do you know? You know? Yeah, they can do lab tests and stuff and theoretically, simulate years and years and years in a lab, but in reality, man, ants and bugs and mice and crap.
That'd be like living in
hurricane down here.
I don't know about that, structural foam built house. It's been up there a while. It's like 10 years. It's not a. The only thing I didn't like about it, I mean, it's a nice house other than they put the freaking skylights right at the bottom edge of the roof line. So the roof, normally you have like a skylight in your roof and it looks all pretty and looks light. And these are like right at the wall roof joint, like right at the bottom. And it looks ridiculous because the roof comes down and anywhere there's not one of those skylights, there's an overhang. Where there's a skylight, it's just the skylight and then the wall. It just looks dumb. I mean, I guess it lights the room pretty well or whatever, but it just looks freaking stupid. It has been there a while. They did a big study on it because they're like one of the first ones in this area in, New England, and it was actually it had to have been almost 20 years ago. I would say that was right around 99, 2000. So it was probably 20 years ago it was built. Because that was right around when they started doing the green housing, try and make it more energy efficient, which isn't a bad thing. I'm all for energy efficient building. Hell, I wish this was a little more energy efficient. I actually this house was originally all wood sheeting and clapboards and cedar shake, and mostly I went to vinyl because the woodpeckers won't eat vinyl, and they do right wood. And wood gets expensive to replace every year because some woodpecker freaking beat the crap out of your house. And it's annoying having a little bastard out there at 5 o'clock in the morning beating the crap out of your house. So I went to vinyl, but I put a 1/2-inch layer of foam behind it, which definitely helped. I mean, it was noticeable. Well, I doubled up the insulation in the attic at the same time too. This was from 1970.
They can hit the wood with their hand. They're like little jackhammers, aren't they?
Oh God! Used to do it right on this corner, right there, like 5 o'clock in the morning, right on that corner because it used to have a corner board on it, and that's where the power comes down. The power line right there, where right in the corner of my window here, in the room, and I have a wood plaque behind the power line to mount it to. So it was a straight line. It wasn't a whole big thing. But anyways, the woodpecker would just chew the crap out of that. And it was right there every morning, 5 o'clock. Bastard. Wanted to shoot him. So I vinylized the house.
Put a mirror there.
Huh?
Did I just see lightning then? On 3D Jimmy's.
I don't know. It looks like I think it's just a light balance going in and out.
There's no lightning around here today.
All right.
Anyway, 11:30. What am I going to make for lunch?
Peanut butter sarnie?
No. Actually, I said beefaroni or SpaghettiOs or whatever it was earlier. Actually, I think I had the ravioli ones. I almost want those now.
Have them on toast.
I haven't had those in years. Beefaroni or raviolis. I think I got the ravioli one. Chef Boyardee raviolis. I haven't had them things in like a billion years.
Then you'll eat them and you'll go, that's why I haven't had them for so long.
That's funny. I used to do a lot of like mountain climb hiking. Like, I don't really want to call it mountain climbing because then people think of the, ropes and going up, cliff climbing. And it was, we just go up into the white and green mountains and climb the mountain and go camping up on the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Go from one mountain to the other. Anyway, you bring all that dehydrated food, and like the second day you're out there, because the first day you bring like fresh food for the first day or two. Yeah. And that's all you plan on eating it because it's going to go bad and no refrigeration. So the second day you start getting really hungry and you start eating that dehydrated crap and it tastes really freaking awesome.
Mm.
And then you come home and you always have a little extra. So you come home and you're like, yeah, you know what? I can just add hot water to this and I don't have to make a whole big meal. And that was pretty damn good. And you come home and you add hot water and let it sit for the 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever. And you put it in your mouth. And you're like, holy crap! I ate that crap. That's like nasty. And some of them are freaking nasty. And it's funny because you're out on the trail and it tastes great. The lemon pepper chicken from Mountain Something Dehydrated Foods is really good when you're on the trail. Lemon pepper rice is really good out on the trail. But you bring it home, you mix it up in a bowl when you got real food around and you're like, nah, that is not good food.
Friday. Yeah, Friday on toast.
I actually had that this morning.
Yeah.
I had fried eggs and I made cheesy toast in the broiler. Which is why I left the broiler on and forgot about it and the smoke alarms went off. Burned off all the crap on the side of the stove, which I really have to clean our stove. I was looking at it today after all that went, I should probably clean that. It's freaking disgusting in there. Lemon Pecker, yeah. I know. Yeah, of course, Mr. Buttram, you'd catch that. Anyway, I think I'm going to kill it since we've been 2 hours and 7 minutes and 32, 33, 34 seconds.
Well, good talking to y'all.
Go make me some lunch for moms and myself. Figure out what I'm going to make for lunch.
I think I might actually have a coffee. See if I can wake up.
Didn't you just say you don't like coffee?
Yeah, but every night, I do drink about maybe 4-6 cups a year.
You realize regular old tea has more caffeine than coffee does.
Oh yeah, but it's more to do with what I used to have in the coffee that puts me off drinking coffee. Especially when it goes.
You're not making coffee, you're making a booze coffee drink.
No, well, I used to take mushrooms in my teens, magic mushrooms, and I used to always having coffee, but I could never drink it hot, and I used to let it go lukewarm. But
I actually like iced coffee too.
Oh no.
Iced coffee, I have to have like sweet and creamy though. I make it like espresso strength, and then add a lot of cream and sugar to it. And actually, the best way to make iced coffee is not add any cream and sugar, but I add ice cream to it, vanilla ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
But yeah, I think I might make a coffee.
Yeah, Mr. B, I'll try and catch you Saturday night. You going this week?
What's that? I only half heard what you said there, Jimmy.
Mr. B suggesting I come on Saturday night makers. I was asking him if it's his turn this week.
Oh yeah, who's doing it this week? Are you doing it, or is whoever else doing it? That's tomorrow night. Isn't there one tonight too? Friday night. I don't need this thing running no more. Just letting the fan spin for no one.
Right. Anyway, I shall see.
I'm off. Killing it. Later, guys. Have fun. go have some lunch or dinner or whatever time zone you're in.
Have a good one, everyone. Keep safe.